Hello folks, and welcome back to SnowRunner. And we are on the Bennington Highway Haulin map. There we go, so we do have sound. Alright. So again, we're on the Bennington Highway Hauling map, or Highway Hauling region. There are 4 maps in this region, and we're going to pick up where we left off in the last one. With a slight variation. So in the last episode, I was talking about I need to get a bigger truck. And we're not talking about bigger than this. But I needed my co-op to help me with a mission where I have a truck that is over the embankment. One of my own trucks that I wrecked it. And I need something big to haul it out. So I was looking around. I was going to do some missions, try to get as much done as I could so I can afford a co-op. And that is really not necessary, because this game, or this region, gives you a lot of vehicles. And I will have to look for it again and get it up here. Some mining. Here is one where I can get the Caterpillar 745C if I pull it out of the pit. And here's another one for the co-op. So I can actually get a free co-op. I just have to do that mission. And when I was looking around, looking at other things, and now I can't find it. There is another mission. Nope, not Esky Forwarding. I thought it was Morrison Mining. Setting up the rig site. Nope, not that one. I should write these things down. Because I have a bad memory for this kind of stuff. But there is another mission where I can get a collab and or maybe it's even over here. That's not going to show me anything. Nope, it's a hole, keeping light on. We've got an old GMC that we can get. Beat down and broken. That's the one. Okay, so we're going to start tracking this one, because this one is a junk Dan and a junk co-op. I just have to take them to the port in Bennington, and these are located right over here behind the garage on the ice road. So you've got the Dan would sit over here and the co-op sitting over there. And you've also got a few trailers over here. It's going to need delivering, but first I need to get the co-op and the Dan. So what I have done is I have loaded them up and got them ready. Well, semi-loaded them up and got them ready. You saw 2 trailers sitting back there. I tried and tried and tried and could not get Colob loaded up on any of those trailers. I got it actually loaded up on one of these trailers, but it would not lock it down. And I mean, it barely fit on there. So I got the heavy trailer and tried it and couldn't even get it up on there. Even though I had fixed it up and it's fully repaired, fully fueled, all that stuff, it will not go up on that trailer. And I have no way to get it up there. So I'm just going to have to tow it over. And the first one I got to get over is the Dan. Now the Dan went up here with no problems whatsoever. I just yanked it up there, and it is kind of slid off the side a little bit, so that worries me a little bit, but we'll see what we can do with it. If it comes off, we just have to put it back on. So if I can get, yeah, see how it's sliding off? It was on there perfectly level, and then going over to get fuel, it had, and then I had to unhook it a couple of times, unhook the trailer, and yeah, it's sliding off further now. So maybe it will reset it back toward the center when we get up here and go through the tunnel. Or maybe it'll just fall completely off. Who knows? But I'm willing to give it a try. Now the co-op, I'm going to have to break one of my rules, and I'm going to have to just tow it. I really have been avoiding towing any vehicles because we have trailers. Why not use the trailers? And it's kind of fun loading up some of these broken down trucks onto the trailers. I'm getting fairly decent at it. But I'm not going to be able to do it with this big boy. And so I'm just going to have to pull it. And it's fully repaired and full of fuel, so it shouldn't be an issue pulling it. It's just going to be a little bit of a long trip, but I like that. It's one of the things I really like about this region is you have some long trips you got to make. And this one is going across two different maps. Well, a little bit of this one, and then going across Bennington and the other map we're getting ready to get on. But I do this and I will have my co-op, and we'll be able to get the other truck and the construction rig trailer back up on the road and off the side of the mountain. And it'll save me a bunch of money. Which means I can buy something else. It's just going to be a trip. Now, I was thinking that the next, if I go, maybe, if I go to the next map, the garage may have a ramp that I can get this big boy up onto a bigger trailer. If it does, I will do that. This garage does not have a ramp to load a trailer. And I may even have a big trailer over here. Alright, let's get you up out of this transfer zone. And yeah, it's just getting further and further off. So I believe I'm going to have to unload it at some point and reload it. But we'll cross that bridge when it falls off. If it doesn't fall off, we'll leave it there. I think I know what I did last time. So I tried to turn the engine on with X, and instead of turning that engine on, it moved me to the other map. Alright, so let's take a quick look before I get too far into here, because my garage is right up here. And did I have flatbeds? Oh yes. Got the super heavy semi-trailer. And I believe there is a... right there, is that a loading? Yeah, that's a loading ramp. So I might be able to load it up on that super heavy semi-trailer and save me a little bit of time. So I have to get off at this exit. And we'll get back to towing these things instead of hauling them on a trailer instead of towing them. I had to adjust my volume a little bit. So my loving bride got me an anniversary gift. Actually got me 3 of them. Our anniversary's next week. And they were 3 Desert Storm veteran hats. And she wanted me to have them because I don't have one. Mainly because I'm too cheap to buy them. And she got them for me for my anniversary. Well, for our anniversary. And kind of made her mad a little bit a few days ago. Because she was saying that she was working on the calendar that we have hanging up. And she looked at me and she said, "Anniversary's coming up." And I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, October 6th, 20 years with my agency. And she looked at me and called me an asshole because our wedding anniversary is October 3rd. And I was playing it off like I didn't remember it. I'd already got her anniversary present. Which sometimes my wife can be real easy to shop for. Because all I've got to do is buy her tools. She likes tools. Which is good and bad. Because she likes tools so much, she will steal my tools. My tools will end up in her toolbox or on her workbench out in the garage. So if we go in, we're not going to move any faster. In all-wheel drive. But if I can get this up on a big trailer, it'll make this a lot easier because we still have a ways to go. We've got to go all the way to the port on Bennington. So I was cussing a truck driver big time on Monday. I had to do a little bit of traveling, go to another location and pick up some equipment, drop some equipment off. for a class that's coming up, and there's road construction going on. There's 2 on-ramps getting onto the interstate, and because the place I was going through is fairly busy. And this trucker from Smith Transport, one of the black trucks with the black trailers, was getting on the interstate, and he's got a yield sign because of the construction. And I'm doing 55, which is the speed limit. I have to in a government vehicle because they monitor our speed with GPS. And he whizzed by me getting on the interstate and just cut over in front of me, and I had to slam on the brakes. Almost got rear-ended because he was coming over regardless, and he was probably doing about 70 coming down that off-ramp to get on the interstate. He had someplace to go. And like I said, it's through a construction area, and they've got the interstate. Each lane has K-rails on it, so it's not very wide. It's wide enough, but you kind of get a little boxed in on either side with those K-rails. And he never slowed down. He was doing 70 through there. So don't know what his deal was, but hopefully whatever problems he was having sorted themselves out. He didn't cause any wrecks. Let's try to take you this way. Get you lined up on that ramp. Where is it? It's off to my left. Or is it off to my left? Yeah, off to my left, because the ramp is right there. No, it's off to my right. It's way in my head. Nope, off to my left. Okay. Kind of hard to see with... Alright, so I can slide through here. This truck I'm not worried about. It's a co-op. I'm worried about if it can slide through, and it can. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Come on, give me a push. And you stay right there while I go get this trailer. A little bit of damage, but we're okay with that. Just let my butt down on these slick roads. One of the very few complaints I have about this map, and I've got a repair trailer, is the fact that the roads are really slick. I wish they had more grip so that I could open these trucks up more. Repair. Oh yeah, you're full. Yeah, hit the button. There we go. It's not a hit at all. Alright, and the trailer was over here at the trailer store. So we'll get this trailer and see if the co-op can be packed on it. I don't think I've ever packed a co-op on a trailer. So maybe it's something that cannot be done. Hey, we'll give it a shot. Oh, that's a big monster. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Oh, no, we won't either, because it's a saddle. And I forgot to change the saddle out. Yep. So, back to the garage. That's what happens when you try to talk and drive. Kind of a blinding light. And I got a train heading my way, so I'm going to shut the mic off for a couple until the train goes away. Alright, so it appears the train is not making too much noise, so let's make sure my mic came back on. Yep, it came back on. What the heck? Oh. Okay. I'm lost. Haven't been around this garage much. And it's set up a little weird. Lights might help. So I went over to a friend of mine's house today, and I took some concrete blocks over. He's got an area that goes over the hillside, and that's where he dumps concrete and dirt and rocks and stuff like that. He's a contractor, and he's got a nice little company. And I went over there because anytime I've got blocks or rocks or stuff like that, I take it over there to help him. And what he's doing, he's extending out his parking area. He can park all of his contractor equipment. And I saw his dump truck sitting there. And I had never noticed this before. But as I was walking past the dump truck, I looked at the hood of it, and it is his dump truck is actually a Chevy Kodiak, and I'd never noticed that before. So I took a couple of pictures of it, and I'll add it to the YouTube version of this. Alright, so let's try to see if the collab will fit on here. If not, what I might do is buy the extra wide trailer. But if it will fit on here, that will be good, because I can use this trailer for some missions over in Bennington, because there's some that require a lot of cargo, and I will be able to make fewer trips. I've been meaning to get this trailer to try it out, because I really have not used this trailer much at all playing SnowRunner because of the size of it. And the vanilla maps, a lot of the roads just aren't big enough for this trailer. I mean, you can use it, but I find it more annoying than helpful. Okay, and I need to drive over in here more. I forget where things are. There we go. Now the fun begins. I've got to turn this monster around. I have tempted to take it through those trees, but let's see if we can do it without going through the trees first. We don't need shortcuts. Yeah, we did take out a couple of trees. And a fence. It's all part of doing business. Lined up. Yeah. Looking at the size of the tires. Seeing if they will actually fit on this trailer. A little bit easier in the daytime. We are in hard mode. That should fit on there. I just need to move the trailer over a little bit. Yep, and there goes the back end of the train. So you may hear it. But it'll go by really fast and they won't be blowing the horn. Alright, let's see if we can do it with that. What I do like about this trailer is it has a lot of winch points. That one? Nope. So we will have to get that one. Nope, still won't do it. Wow. Okay. What is going on here? It won't let me hook to the co-op. It's within range. Let's pull up a little bit. And we'll try it again. Well, that really sucks. It let me with the other trailers. It will not let me with this one. Alright, so we go get the bigger trailer. And we'll try that. Get you up here out of the way. So it is a high saddle also. I think I can get out this way. Yep. And it's okay, because I didn't pay for that trailer back there. It was free. But I do have one of these big trailers. I just don't want to go over to Bennington and get it. Oh, still on the road. And we're back in there to get some more. Alright. So that's the one I'm looking at. So let's see if we can get the co-lob up on that one. Maybe the co-lob is not a hackable truck. Which is why it won't let me hook to it. Mr. General! How you doing, sir? Sorry, I wasn't watching the chat. I was trying to figure out a way to transport the co-lob without having to pull it at 2 miles an hour all the way over to Bennington. So I could get it up on the ramped trailer, but I could not get it up on the heavy duty ramp trailer. And it won't fit on the 8 cargo slot trailer. Got that one there. So we're going to try this trailer. Take out a few trees. Oh, well, thank you, sir. Yeah, it's getting colder here, too. I have to build I'm off tomorrow. My days off changed because I'm teaching some classes, which would normally be my days off. And I've got to build a heated dog house for the wife's dog. Hell, stupid. They say dogs are intelligent. She does not have one of those. This dog is dumb. Alright, get you lined up. And we'll see if we can pull you on here. Is it going to let me hook to it? Oh, it did. Okay. So would not allow me to hook to the 8-slot trailer, but it will on this one. Turn it on. There we go. Just to get it over the little bumps there. Then we'll hook it over here. Over this way. Alright. Now that I've got it on there, it's still pulling to the right a little bit. But if I straighten this up and hook the winch from the truck, well, it ain't pretty, and it's leaning, but I'm gonna try it. See if we can't keep it on there. And I don't have another truck over here to pull it back. Try to line it up better. Without detaching. And I've been on this long enough. I'll get this thing delivered. Yeah, I've got the same problem. I'm an analog person in a digital world. So I've got a smartphone. I don't know how to operate half the stuff that's on it, and I call my phone stupid a lot. I don't think it's very smart. Alright, so we can go left and get back up on the highway. And I should have cut that a little bit better. I was kind of hoping it would shift the truck over a little bit to the left. So you're more like Fred Flintstone's camera. Ooh, I'm over gas too. Yeah, you can definitely tell that trailer is leaning. Yeah, I didn't get my first smartphone until probably 4 years ago. And that was because the agency I worked for required me to have one. Let's go ahead. So I can check emails and stuff like that while I'm home. And then kind of started getting used to it. So my personal phone is a smartphone now. But I miss my old flip phone. You know? To hell with rules. I'm gonna drive the opposite direction. So I don't have to make another turn. Yeah, I don't think DOT would approve of this, but I don't see DOT around here anywhere. I had to go get, I had to take my wife to work this morning because her Jeep was running bad, and she was afraid to drive it. Which it turned out it was a dead spark plug, which I fixed that. It was no problem, and it's running good now. But also meant I had to go pick her up, and I have to go down the interstate and get off, head to where she works. And I was coming going the opposite way. Somebody had gotten off in a big box truck, and here in West Virginia, if the road signs say take a curve at 20 miles an hour, they're not joking. And evidently this guy thought he could do it a little bit faster and ended up flipping it. And closed down the entire off-ramp. But then when I got off and got on the surface street, I would have to go to the left to go to pick my wife up, but I went to the right because there's a Goodwill, and I went down there to drop off some clothes. And it's probably 2 miles away from where the wreck happened. And the sheriff's department and the local police and the state police were setting up a DUI checkpoint. And it's kind of in town, so there are, if somebody's coming down there, it's on a straight stretch. They see all the lights and everything, and they know, well, it's DUI checkpoint. But then I started looking, and they had sheriff's department vehicles were stationed about about 2 blocks in either direction, sitting in parking lots, waiting on people to turn around so they go after them. And sure enough, the person, a couple of cars behind me, saw them and pulled in the parking lot and turned around and went the other way, and they went after him. Uh-oh, too fast, too fast. Too fast. Too heavy a load. Again, these roads are slick. Oh, so you got your first one 6 years ago? Yeah, I've come to... I like the smartphone. The trouble is I have to carry 2 with me. And that's kind of a pain in the butt, putting 2 in my pockets. And I had thought about just my work phone when I'm off, just to have it forward the calls to my personal phone. But the problem with that is I get calls a lot on SOP procedures, and I actually have to look them up, and I can't do that on my personal phone because I don't have access to the agency's databases on the personal one, which I do on the work one. And sure enough, I got a buddy of mine that had a roof replaced on his house, and the company that replaced his roof did a good job. They really did. I got up there, and it was architectural shingles. Did a really fine job. I mean, the valleys, the peaks were just like they were supposed to be. Problem is, 2 of his vents, when they put the vent caps on, evidently during a rainstorm or a windstorm, it blew 2 of those caps off because they didn't glue them down, and he was getting water coming into his 2 bathrooms. So I got up there and took a look at it and measured it, and we went and got vent caps to put on top of them, and I screwed them in place. But while I was up on the roof, I got 3 different calls from 3 different locations on SOP policies and procedures. I'm sitting up there, and he's like, "Hey, you okay up there?" "Yeah, I'm on a stupid phone." Must be my day off. But that's what happens when you're a SME. I'm a SME. So you never heard that term? I hadn't heard it before. I'm an old guy. Never heard of a SME, S-M-E. And I was in a class for, it's a class called a T4 class, where they teach me how to teach other instructors how to teach a particular class. And a guy came in from our headquarters, and he said, "We got a bunch of SMEs in here." And I was offended. What the crap a SME is? And then he explained, didn't mean to offend, it was a subject matter expert. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I like being a SME now. Yeah, I'm 54 years old, and I'd never heard of a SME. So you turn around just to annoy the DUI checkpoints? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, my luck, they pull me over and they'd find something because I don't drink. I haven't drank alcohol since, well, about 6 months after I got back from Desert Storm. I stopped drinking because I was an alcoholic. I was a bad alcoholic. I got one night I drank so much that I got alcohol poisoning and had to be taken to the hospital, and my heart stopped twice on the way to the hospital. And they brought me back both times, and when I finally came to, I was like, nope, no more drinking. Quit smoking. Uh-oh. Oh no, okay, that's another truck. I thought I was losing the co-op back there. I forgot which truck I was in. Alright, so let's get... Yeah, I got a lot of trucks over here. So I got all my trucks. And for all four. Nope, I'm in the four on. Caterpillar. And let's just get you out of that. Yeah. Alright, Colob's still hanging on. Barely, but it is hanging on. So this one needs to be delivered first. That's what's up there. And we need to go to the port, which is way over there. Alright, so the port is over here. And the best route that will give me the least amount of grief, I believe, will be getting off the next exit. Yeah, because there's a lot of hills here and I don't want it to push me too much. And since I've got to go all the way over there. So yeah, we'll do that. Get off at the next exit. All the way down here. And to go to our right. So this is the exit at our base, and I have other trucks over here. Could potentially reposition these. And well, I didn't do anything to the poor dam. Poor dam was like this when I found it. Matter of fact, it is in better shape than when I found it. It is fully repaired and fueled up. But delivering it up here, it will become mine. But I don't want to lose it off the side. Hang on there, Dan. It is slowly moving to its left. Could probably unpack it and pull it backwards. And then try to pull it to the right more. I'll pull it forwards, but I want to see if I can make it like this. So once I get it there, like I said, I fully repaired it. So once I get it there, then I'll be able to drive it back. Or I just repack it. I'll pull it off and drive it back up on there. And then take it back to the garage to get the cosmetics done. co-op won't go back to the garage though. I need it to get over here by the port to pull my construction rig trailer and my Western Star back up on the road where I had a little boo-boo. Yeah, it might need a little bit of body work. A little bit of paint here and there. It may not look pretty, but it will run. If I don't drop it off here. So I'm kind of taking it easy. I don't want to hit any bumps and knock it the rest of the way off. Yeah, I like the Dan too. Some people write the Dan off. They don't like the Dan, but I like the Dan. Yeah, it's got that huge nose in the front, and it will get caught up on stuff, but it'll climb a freaking tree. Not much will stop it. The only issue I really have that I would like to see some changes done to the Dan is to be able to put a loading crane on it. A loading crane would be nice. But it is a very good platform for the heavy crane. Oh, so you changed your mind about it? Yeah, it is. I kind of did it too. Didn't use it to its full potential. And decided to go back and just drive some trucks that I really didn't drive much. And found out that they are better than, I just didn't give them a chance. They're better than I thought they were. And the Dan was one. And you gotta admit, it just looks cool. Kind of reminds me of a Hemet. Ooh, easy. Oh, she's barely hanging on. But I think if the blocks completely go off the trailer, as long as the tires are on the trailer, it should be alright. Yeah, I'm like that too. Some trucks I rode off were good trucks, and some trucks that I really liked and I drove a lot turned out to be dogs. Just not very good. I was never really a fan of the 4-on grad. Just the 4-on Ds, I like those more. So I just never really drove the 4-on grad that much. And it's doing pretty good over here. But another one that I just didn't like. Better watch out. So I will pick up too much speed coming down here. And I will end up in a ditch. Yeah, these roads need a little more grip. Wish I had a computer that would play this. I'd go ahead and see if I could give the roads more grip. That way I could use the highway gears and just haul butt. It's the next one. And I was talking about a truck, and I forgot what truck I was talking about. Sign. Alright, stage complete. So we'll get you up here out of the way. And stop you, and now we go after... Oh, where'd you go? Caterpillar. Nope. Yeah, Caterpillar. Yeah, so the Voron Grad has been pretty good on... Oh. Come on. Oh, this is going to give me problems. You're going to fall off, aren't you? Oh yeah, that's not gonna make it. There we go. Alright. So I turned it like that, so if it tried to flip over, it'd be harder to flip it over. Oh man, that thing's lean.